This time at the Quick Speed Shop, I'm building an exhaust system for the Model A hot rod truck. Alright, so you saw in the last episode I picked these cheapy stainless steel Laker headers off eBay. They were $111. They seem to be constructed fairly well. They're all TIG welded 300 series stainless, I'm going to assume. But they got a couple of dings and dents in them from shipping. Poor quality shipping, good quality header. For $111, I'll take it. So the next step I'm going to do is I want to build the exhaust system. The cab starts right here at this body mount, and the firewall is right here, and then the outside of the cab is out here. Right? The door of my pickup is about here, so the door should open all the way. Plenty of clearance for this. I already measured that. So what I want to do is, these came with a downpipe. There's a collector mounted welded on right here. I'm going to bolt this downpipe extension on, and I want to soup the exhaust, slink it under the frame right behind the wishbone mount, which is down here. Hold on. So what I want to do is take this collector here, and the collector is going to bolt on, and I got this glass pack muffler here, which I think is like 2 1/4 inch diameter. What I want to do is snake down off of here, and this is the wishbone mount here. I want to snake the exhaust around, come right behind this mount and get up inside the frame, then run the muffler up inside the frame and then pop out over by the rear wheel. Alright, here we go. Here's my exhaust collection. Just got the exhaust off the AMC Eagle. I just parted out. Yeah, I don't want that. Here's what I do want. This is an exhaust system off one of the new 4-cylinder Mustangs with the independent rear suspension, like a 16 or something like that. I went to the Ford Nationals at Carlisle, Pennsylvania 2 years ago, and people were buying aftermarket exhaust systems, and they're installing them like from Magnaflow or whatever. They're putting them on right at the show, and they're throwing out the original exhaust systems from their cars because they didn't have any way to get them home. I brought 2 back because I had my van there and they fit. I brought back a 5-liter Mustang exhaust, which I since have sold, and this is a 4-cylinder exhaust with the resonator and the 2 mufflers. And I'm probably going to regret doing this because in 30 years it'll probably be worth, you know, like $1,000 one of these systems, but I need pipes now, so I'm going to take it inside. I think we're going to cut this up and use it to build the exhaust system. It's a monster. Come here. It's a monster. This has got all kinds of crazy bends on it. I think it's going to be handy, including this double kick, which I think is going to work good from the headers down to get onto the truck. See, it's still got the stickers on it. This car must have been brand new, and the guy's like, I need an aftermarket exhaust. So here we go. This has been sitting out here for 2 years, and it's going to come handy. We're going to put it to use. I've been collecting pieces. This is pool railing. I think this is 2-inch though. So I was thinking about making exhaust out of this. This will weld up nice. It's got a lot of compound bends on it. Just take the ladders off. I mean, these are pretty good stainless. They're meant to survive in the water in a swimming pool for years. So I picked these up on the side of the road. People take down their pool and they throw it away. We got 2 sets of these. You get a lot of nice bends out of them for free. So if you're doing a 2-inch exhaust system on a car, I think the pool ladder action would be the way to go. But I don't think I'm going to need it for here. I'm going to cut those Mustang pipes up and we'll go from there. Alright, so I went and I took the Mustang exhaust and I ruined it. I cut the muffler off and I cut the resonator off. So I've got the pipes. The stuff is like aluminized, and I think it's 2 1/4. I think this is all 2 1/4. I'm hoping to get enough bends out of this I can make the exhaust system with 1 or 2 little funky bends. This kick-up was back here. It would kind of get me where I want to go, but I'm off center quite a bit. This part of the bend here, this kick-up to about here, is nice. It would kick up with this hump. It would kick up in the frame. Like if this is parallel outside, it would kick up in the frame and get me up in there a little bit. That'd be almost perfect to get me up under the truck. If I cut this and just rotate it, they give me a nice kick up. Get me right tight to the frame. Okay, I cut the pipe off. I got the flanged end here where they slip together. Man, look at that. That comes up under the frame nice. Real nice. Got about a 1/4 inch gap to my wishbone mount, which should be plenty of room for, I can swing it out here a little bit and get a little bit more clearance. Want to have the pipe be back in about here, so if I can cut this off with a 45, use a piece with a bend and get it over here and kick it up into here, that'd be nice. Put a couple of tacks and tack it to this piece, and then we can start working this way. Alright, I got my pipe tacked on here. Covered up the header because if you weld, this weld splitter will go onto the stainless and it'll be stuck. You'll have to file it off and polish it and all that. So I think what I want to do is, this piece here where this hanger is, I think the cut's going to be right in through here somewhere. And that'll allow this pipe to hook to this pipe and then kick up, this kick up and sweep up in the frame where I tie this in. It kicks it up into the frame, and then this piece will be parallel. I'll probably cut this about here, and that will let me mount my muffler about centered up on this cross member, and then it'll give me enough room to come back here. I'm kind of on the corner of the frame, but come back here with a 90-degree outlet right in front of the tire. And I'm just going to poke out, the side of the body is about here. I'm just going to poke out at the body level, straight out the side of the truck. Okay, so I made out good here. I trimmed back this piece a little bit, and I got it to flow up under here nice in the frame. And then it comes right up tight to the transmission cross member with about a 1/4 inch gap, so that should be fine for rattling. And then, because the frame cross member is higher, the muffler fits in here perfect. I got that just slipped on the pipe here. I'll take this off. So you can see the pipe comes into here. I left it a little bit long so I can adjust exactly where the muffler's going to go. So I got a piece of the pipe left with a slight bend in it here. And if I put this on straight, it'll give a kick down to get the exhaust down out from under the frame. Okay, I panned down a little bit. Here we go. So what I want to do is come out of the muffler here and then exit under the truck. I've got the muffler just at a little bit of an angle that matches the side of the frame angle here, because the frame gets wider as it goes back, and the sheet metal follows it too, so it should be square to the cab. So I want to have this come out here. The sheet metal will end here somewhere, so I'll leave this long for now. I got to get a 90-degree bend, and I'll just cut this off so the exhaust will just poke out at the corner of the cab. I've gone as far as I can right now with this side. Just got it all mocked up. It's all tacked. I'm going to go ahead and get on the other side. I'm going to tack that all together and get it so both mufflers match here. Alright, look at this. I got the everything tacked up here in place now. I fabbed up the other side after I got this side done, and I made it match. I was able to measure off a bunch of different components here. I'm going to trim these specific to the cab. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut them at an angle that matches the side of the sheet metal or whatever, but I'm just going to leave them along for now. So what I did is I got everything all tacked up here. The mufflers are tacked in place. There's not going to be any clamps. The system will be completely removable by unbolting it from the header over here, and then there's going to be a hanger mounted to the frame, and then you can just drop the whole system right out, so there's no need to have it be able to be taken apart. So I'm going to fully weld the mufflers, all the pipes, grind it down a little bit. I've got some hangers here. These are new old stock hangers that I found a whole bunch of them at a swap meet, or like from an auto parts store, something. They're new old stock. What I'm going to do is make a bracket off the frame with a stud. And the stud will bolt, be a standoff about an inch off the frame, and it'll bolt through this rubber hanger. And then I'm just going to weld the hanger right to the pipe down here. So to drop the system, you'll take the 2 nuts off the header, you'll take 1 nut off the hanger here, and then drop the system right out. I'm going to go ahead and fabricate some little bracket action here, get these bolted on, and then make sure everything's leveled up nice, and I'll be taking it off, welding her up, and then we'll take a look at it. Alright, so I figured out my hanger action. what I did is I took a U-bolt and I cut it in half and I welded it to a washer, and then this goes and it welds to the side of the frame, and what the washer does is it spreads out the load on the frame rail, so there's less like chance of this. If I just welded this straight to the sheet metal or to the frame rail, it could have fatigued and cracked it, so this gives it a wider footprint to weld on here. So I'm going to weld this onto the frame here. I've already got that side on mocked up. I got the spring hanger cut down. I used the clamp temporarily to hold the exhaust pipe, and when I get it all dialed in, I'll weld the exhaust pipe hanger to the pipe. Here's an up close look at the little hanger action I made. Just the U-bolt cut in half, welded to a flat washer, and then this goes and it welds to the frame rail, and that gives you a lot more surface area. Alright, I just finished welding up the driver's side of the exhaust. I got the passenger side all done, and it's back on the truck. I forgot to grind it before I bolted it back on, so I gotta take it back off. But I'm letting this cool down. I gotta lock the tailpipe off here, and then I'm gonna hit these, just clean them up with the flat disc a little bit. But that's pretty much it. Bring it over and show it to you. It's not hot anymore, but got this stainless steel here, transition. Here I can clean this up, but it comes down off the header. I might wrap the head pipe here where it goes under the frame. This thing's all gangly. Alright, I might wrap this to hide the transition from the stainless to the non-stainless pipe, and put like pipe wrap on it to about here where it goes onto the truck, just for something different. I don't know if I will do that or not, but I'll clean this up, get the splatter off the stainless, and then got my hanger here. Whoa, where is it? Got the hanger welded on. That bolts onto the frame, and I just got to lock the tailpipe off here at this red mark for temporary, just get it going. But that's the driver's side exhaust system here. So just, if you don't know the backstory, I built this truck in my kitchen at this house I used to rent. The place was a dump, but it had a big kitchen on it, so I chucked the cabinet out of the way, and I built the frame at my buddy's house, and I took the frame and actually mocked it all up in the kitchen. I put rubber mats on the floor, and I tack welded most of the body together. I set up all the suspension, actually rebuilt the engine in the kitchen, and then blew it all apart and took it outside and reassembled it and put it back together and finished it outside in a canvas garage. But that was in 2005. I had it on the road in the spring of 2006. Put about 20,000 miles on it. Drove it all the way down and back to the Jalopy Showdown, which is about a 5.5 hour ride one way from my house, and drove it a lot. Put 20,000 miles on it and took it apart in 2011 when I brought my 37 Ford. And now it's 2018/19. I'm putting it back together, so hopefully it'll be done for spring/summer 2019. And bam, there we go. Check it out. Done. I ground her up nice. I cut my studs off for my mounts. You can see it's mounted nice and solid here. I'll turn around, I'll show you what it looks from the other side, but here it is, the completed exhaust system. Like I said before, the cab will come out to about here, and when I get the cab back on, I'll trim these back off where they gotta be. But it goes through the headers, down through the pipe, up in here, through the glass pack, and on out. So this truck's channeled, so the frame is hidden. So you're only gonna see the pipes going under the frame, and then just the tip sticking out here, so it's gonna be nice and tucked up under there. Nice clearance. It's got a 1/4 inch gap all the way around everything, so it shouldn't rattle at all. I mean, it's only going to move around just a little bit. So it came out really nice. I'm really happy with it. And I'm either going to paint it or wrap it with heat wrap to disguise this pipe here, and then leave the stainless on the headers. So I think it came out awesome. I'm super excited. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. These glass packs are directional, and they have little scoops with the perforations on the inside. If you put the scoops facing forward, they're quieter and more mellow. And if you put the scoops facing backward, they're a little bit louder. And this truck had pretty much straight through exhaust before, and it sounded good. It had a real nice blat when you let off the gas. And I'm hoping it sounds good again. I put the glass pack set to loud, and loud pipes save lives. Louder the better. That's what I say. All right, check it out. Bam! Here it is. Here's the headers and the pipes. And out. It's nice and tucked up in here. Can't even see it hiding up under there. It's gonna be awesome. So there we go. I'm super pumped about this exhaust. It's freaking awesome. It looks great. I think it's gonna sound great. It came out exactly how I wanted to do it. I wanted to have the Laker style headers. They're stainless steel. They ought to be awesome. And then they tuck super tight up underneath the frame and the body. They're going to be invisible, but they're also big pipes, so they're going to sound good. It's going to sound kick-ass. And I pull the plugs off and run it wide open headers. This little 283, she's a screamer. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to get everybody to go ahead and click over here. Bing. We're right there. Hit it, the circle, to subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and we'll see you again at the Quick Speed Shop.